Do you want to know the number one reason that most magicians don't get a lot of paid gigs? It's not because they're not good enough. It's actually because people don't know that you can buy from them. So in this video, I want to break down 6 things that you can start doing today, this week, or even next week to make sure that you're getting more gigs and actually getting paid for what it is that we deliver. If we're just meeting, my name is Caroline Ravn. I've been a professional magician for the past 12 years, and I do a lot of MC gigs, a lot of corporate gigs. I've done over 1,000 corporate gigs so far, and I am here on YouTube to try to teach you the business side of show business. So if this is the first time we're meeting, you might not know this, but I wrote a book on the subject called The Business Side of Show Business: How to Make a Living on Stage. I also run a business coaching for entertainers who want to understand the systems and all the things that it takes to become a professional magician with a booked calendar. And that's why it's called the Booked Calendar Blueprint. So in this video, I want to show you how to get paid gigs, even if nobody knows you exist yet. So step number 1 in this process is to really define your audience. The key problem here is that most magicians, they say that they perform for everybody and they do a bit of everything. That's a huge issue when it comes to being a professional entertainer or somebody who is a hobbyist or a semi-professional. There's no such thing as like one size fits all when it comes to entertainment. So that's the number 1 step that we have to take in this. Who are we performing for? Who do we not perform for? What is it that really triggers us when it comes to being, you know, creative and cool and all the things? And I really want to be cool. That's my thing. In my case, when I started this 12 years ago, I was one of those people. I was one of those who did kid shows, family shows, corporate shows, cruise shows. I did everything, right? That's never going to be fantastic. So your show is only going to get good when you do the show many times, right? And in my case, I was doing multiple different shows. I had no idea what I was doing. I never knew what to wear, and that was very draining for me. And also, it wasn't a great market match for me and my audience. So here are a few examples of specialties that you might have. You could be a wedding magician, and for most wedding magicians and people who are getting wedded, I guess, it's important for them to have something that's a great icebreaker, because not a lot of people will know each other, and they also want to emphasize on special memories and special moments, right? So if you want to really target that audience, think about those kind of words and how you can be that person for them. So number 2 is going to be my favorite field, and that is the corporate market. And what they're looking for is that they're looking for professionalism, and they're looking for, you know, high engagement, high energy usually. So I would focus on those if you're into that kind of market. And when it comes to doing a lot of private events and like kid shows and that kind of stuff, but mainly like adult shows, because that's my expertise, they're looking for, you know, that wow factor. That's the kind of word that they're looking for. It's like they need wow factor entertainment, basically. So when you know which market you want to attract, then it's also easier for you to actually do the selling of the copy. Like, you want to talk the language of the people who want to book you. Step number 2, you have to start packaging your offers. Again, we're not one size fits all. We want to package what it is that we do, what we're best at. And no one just buys a magician usually. I mean, it happens. But that's not what we're selling here. We're selling the experience, right? You wanna sell the outcome more than just, these are the tricks that I'm doing in my show. I feel like I've said this before. If you've been on my channel for a while, you might have heard me say things like this all the time, and that is because people seem to not understand, okay? I'm here to help, and if this is something that you want to learn more of, there is a link in the description below to join the Booked Calendar Blueprint. We just started September 1st, 2025. I had to think which year it is. If you really want the system to level up your business, now is the time to join. I'm only letting people in for another week, so if you want to do this, and if you want my help, I'd be happy to help, okay? Link in the description. And also, if you're getting any value of this, haha, thumbs up. And also make sure that you are subscribing to this channel, because it really is a good place to hang out if you want to make money as an entertainer. Moving on. So when people ask you about your show, don't just say, oh, my show is about 30 minutes and it's gonna be this and this and this trick. Because honestly, they don't care, okay? They don't care about the kind of magic that you do. Not necessarily. What they care about is the outcome. They want to know it's high energy, it's if it's polite, if it's you know, a lot of curse words or whatever it is. That might be interesting for them to know, because if they're booking a magician that they're bringing into their corporate party, they want to make sure that it's corporate friendly, okay? So there are some jokes that let's just say we leave them at the comedy club, okay? I have a few of those jokes that I do at the comedy club. When you're putting together these offers, make sure that you're asking yourself the question, what problem am I solving for these people? By knowing the problem we're solving, it's also easier for us to actually sit down and create the copy for the thing that we want to sell, okay? So we want to make sure that we are we're solving the problem instead of just providing a service, if that makes any sense to you. So for me, it's all about being the extra value. You know, I want to be the most valued extra person they have in their entire team to make sure that this is going to be a success. That matters to me, and we want that to stand out in our copy. So sell them the solution and not the trick. That's what we want to do. Step number 3, we want to build professionalism with our brand. And by doing that, we also build trust. Okay, so building trust, this is our brand, this is professional. That's what we want to do. Especially if we're working with event bookers and like people who have booked people in the past, they're not just gonna shop around for anything. They're looking for proof. They're looking for somebody who has done this before. And when I say this, it's like I want you to have clear photos, clear videos, testimonials. You want to have which clients you've worked for in the past. And this is gonna take some time for you to build up, but that's okay. We're here for the long game, right? But if you have any sort of proof, this is the time to show it, okay? So in the photos, the text, the testimonials, all the things that we put on our socials and on our websites. One thing that I think about when I think about my website and my, my socials and stuff is that this is like my storefront. Like, what am I telling people? Which image am I portraying? So don't think about your website as like, here's just my contact information. Think of it as a store. Like if you went into, I don't know, Nike or IKEA, what is it that you want to see, right? So if you are looking at your socials and website through the eyes of a booker, you might want to change a few things around. Number 4, and that is to network where people are, the right people are, okay? You're not gonna get your, I hate myself for saying this, but you know it's true. You're not gonna get your next corporate gig by hanging out with the magicians at the local pub. It's nice, I do it too, it's phenomenal, and it's inspiring at times, but that's not gonna get you a Christmas show or a corporate gala show, okay? Instead, I want you to consider, where are these people actually hanging out? If you're looking for HR people, that's usually the people who book me. That's like a majority of the people who book me. They're gonna hang out on LinkedIn, for instance. And if you want to get to event companies, you might want to look into like industry meetings for them. You might want to do a few gigs for them for free because it might be worth it for you. And do a lot of in-person networking. So don't just do a lot of online stuff. Do them offline too. I want you to be in person and personal when you meet these people. Go to the event, mingle, talk to everybody, and make sure that they remember who you are and what it is that you actually do. And tell them that you do this for a living, or that you do this for money in a good way, without saying that you do it for money, because that's weird. But key thing here is that people book people that they know, right? So if you are somebody who they meet on a regular basis because you're part of the same network or whatever, it's way more likely for them to think of you when and if they're planning an event. Step number 5 is to follow up like a pro. I see this all the time. I'm telling you all the time that people do not follow up. They send one email and then they let it go. And that's a big mistake. Instead, I want you to follow up like it's your only thing, like your only mission. Like you have one job and that's your job. I would go so far as saying that this is the number 1 reason that magicians lose gigs, because they don't follow up enough. So here are a few action steps for you. Number 1, make sure that you are actually responding quickly, sending them a quote if they're asking for one. Send a very clear proposal. That's also key here. I also want you to have a contract and a payment term set up already. This is gonna save you so much time. Like, as I mentioned before, in my booked calendar blueprint, I have all of this done for you. So in every week, you'll get different modules, and in the one we're talking about contracts, I'm literally giving you my contract template. So you just do whatever you want with it. Basically, you can take the entire thing, change your business name, and you're good to go, right? So we want to have this set up in advance. So when and if people reach out to us for a gig, we don't want to be, oh, wait 5 hours because I have to fix the thing. No, we build the foundation first, and then we start offering our services. Step number 6 is not necessarily a step, but it's more of a mindset thing. So one gig usually leads to the next one. In the audience at any given time, there's gonna be 1, 2, hopefully more people, a lot of people, and all of these people go to different events. They're possibly married to somebody, they have friends who are gonna go to things, and we want to make sure that we are collecting testimonials for the people who have booked us, but we also want to ask for referrals. So if you talk to, I don't know, Karen at HR who booked you, don't just say, thank you, Karen, for an amazing event. Instead, it's actually okay to ask for a referral. I usually give them an example, like, hey, Karen, what about you think about this one? or use your own words. It's also okay to say, hey Karen, since you work at this and this company, I figure you have friends in the similar industry. Do you know anybody who usually do events this time of year, in the spring or whatever? I would love for a referral. Or if you would be so kind to help me to get into this and this company, I'd be very grateful. And if you did a great job already, they're gonna be very happy to help you, right? Because now you're friends. So the key here, I think, is to think of like your marketing. The best marketing you can have is a happy customer. So when we're taking photos of these kinds of opportunities and sharing this on social media, we want to make sure that we are sharing the happy memories. So if you can ever bring a photographer with you to an event, make sure they're capturing the atmosphere, the smiles, the excitement, and not just you as the performer. Same thing goes if there's already a professional photographer at the event. Network with them, talk with them, and ask them politely for the photos afterwards. You might have to pay for them. Sometimes it's worth it, but most of the time, the event planner or the company itself have already paid for the photos, and they'd be happy to share it with you. So quick recap. Number 1, define your audience. Number 2, package your offer. Number 3, build trust with pro materials. Number 4, network smart. And number 5, follow up. And then number 6, turn one gig into many and thank me later. So those are the 6 things that I wanted to share in this video. If you are ready to take this to the next level, the booked calendar blueprint might be the thing for you. It's in the description below, and I will hope to see you on the other side. If not, this video might be for you. Fantastic. Take care. See you in the next one. Bye.